Hey, Shalom. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, underneath Commanding General YAHANNA. We are not affiliated or associated with any other Israelite group. Hey, tonight's topic, man, we're going to go into a situation that is plaguing the black community, man, and some things that we've been seeing and noticing on social media with our sisters, man. And the title of the class is Whoredom, man. And we're digging into how whoredom ties into prostitution. Also, you know what I'm saying? How whoredom ties into prostitution. Because now in this day and age, this society that we are in right now, a lot of young girls, man, a lot of these young sisters have learned from these older sisters that, you know, if you want to get something from a man, sometimes, like what do they say? They say, if he ain't giving you no money, don't give him no tail, pretty much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's something that is famous in the black community amongst our sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? And now it's starting to plague our brown sisters too as well. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's starting to feel like if a man could give you money, you should just give him the tail also. And now a lot of our sisters have turned themselves into major whores, man. And also have become prostitutes. And a lot of them don't even think that they're prostitutes.
Right.
A lot of these sisters don't even think, since they sleep with a man, it doesn't make them a prostitute. If a man is paying, even if he's paying for your bills, and you're giving him sex, you are a prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's $50, $60. If you're not with this man, let's say you got 2 or 3 men. You sleep with 2 on for money, but you don't sleep with the third one. He just like to help you. Sis, you're a prostitute.
Right.
You are a prostitute, and you don't know it. And a lot of these young girls now, they got OnlyFans. Those sisters are prostitutes as well. They're still selling themselves. Even though a man isn't penetrating them, you still selling your body. That's no different than working in the brothel.
Right.
Like, you know how you go to, back then you could go to France, in Paris and different parts, they would pay money to go inside of these rooms, and in the little shade to lift up, and it'd be a woman in there stripping behind the glass, and the man couldn't touch him. That was like OnlyFans back then. That was like OnlyFans. You stick money into the thing, and as most money you stick in, they keep the little shade up. As soon as the money run out, the time run out, I guess the time run out, whatever, they shut the thing down. You know what I'm saying? But a man was able to look at a woman in a room with the little curtain thing to slide up or slide open, something like that, like how they used to have in the movies. And the man could do whatever he wanted to do to himself in that room in front of her. You know what I'm saying? And that's a form of prostitution as well, because she's still selling herself. Like, that man has seen everything of that woman. You know what I'm saying? The sisters don't think that now, even with being on the internet. You know, you showing your body parts, you showing your breasts, you showing your butt, all of that, man. You got sisters now, they showing a vagina. You know, you got some real sisters out here making $100,000 off OnlyFans.
Right.
Because you got people paying for their pictures, and they ain't even having sex with the women. But what these women don't understand that are doing this, what happens when that man catches you out in public and he knows who you are? You know, what are you attracting to you by that? What kind of man are you attracting? You don't think that's kind of perverted? You know, this man is paying to see you naked. You don't even know anything about these men, because there's more than one man paying for her pictures. And then what's the thing called? What do they do? What do they do? Subscribe? Mm-hmm. You got to pay to subscribe or something like that. You pay her to subscribe, and whatever you pay, I think she gets whatever you pay. Whatever you pay, she gets. So how many people pay? What is it, like a subscription? It's a subscription. So how many people pay the subscription? She gets that money. So imagine if she's on Facebook or Instagram, and let's say she got 5,000 followers on Facebook, and then she has another maybe 10,000 on Instagram, and Snapchat she might have 10,000, 20,000 people. But let's say they all get on her OnlyFans, and she charges everybody $5 a month, but she got 30,000 people subscribed to her OnlyFans, or 20,000. So if they all paying $5 a month, 20,000 times 5 is what? Let me add that up. Let me do some math. I can't think off the top of my head on that one. Con. That's $100,000. Like, and you probably got some sisters out there making that. Out there making $100,000 a month off OnlyFans. And you think she's gonna stop from being a prostitute? Only way she gonna stop if somebody kills her, maybe. Like that sister who was doing the OnlyFans, and she was also selling herself on the side. She was a prostitute, but she had an OnlyFans, and she was an Instagram model. But this Hamite paid her like $500, $600 to have sex with her, and they ended up finding her body cut up in pieces. Sister was beautiful, but decided to live a life of a whore. And ended up they found her body cut up in pieces. But we're gonna show you that lifestyle. We're gonna show you in the Bible, what happens with, the cause and effect of whoredom, and we also gonna show you, why a lot of our sisters do become whores, man, and prostitutes. Why a lot of our sisters become prostitutes, man. Because if you're a prostitute, you are a whore.
Right.
You got it up?
Sir. And that just goes to prove that the Christian church make women feel as if it's different levels of being a whore. Like, it's some women on OnlyFans that only like do videos and pictures of their feet or their lips, and they thinking, "Oh, I'm not a whore," but there ain't no gray shaded area. It's either you left or you right. And the Christian church trying to make it seem as if you would be in the middle.
Right. Right. The pastor gonna be the main one tell you showing your body? No, I'm just showing my feet. Man paying you? Well, girl, do what you gotta do. You still paying your tithes? And the damn pastor, one of your subscribers, looking at your feet. He looking at your feet while he talking to you. Like, girl, you doing your thing. He looking down at your feet. What them sandals I like you to wear? He old feet fetish freak. You know what I'm saying? One of those sick bastards. I mean, ain't that wrong with a man liking feet? I'm just saying, like, I mean, it's all in the same category, like a Shayala said. If you paying for it, you supporting prostitution. It's the same thing. You got people that got all type of fetishes. You got. I ain't gonna dig into that, but you got some weird people out here. Right. But if you could you get me the history of prostitution in Wikipedia?
Okay.
And you can read it when you got it up.
The history of prostitution. Prostitution had been practiced throughout ancient and modern culture. Prostitution had been described as a world's oldest profession.
It's been described as what?
The world's oldest profession.
This was something that has been done since ancient times, and we're going to show you in the Bible how prostitution has been performed in ancient times, man. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the world's oldest professions. One thing everybody knew even back then, that sex sells. Everybody knew that. These sisters think they're doing something new. Listen, they was selling box 4,000-5,000 years ago, sis.
Right.
You ain't doing nothing new. And that's what sisters got to understand. You ain't doing nothing new. The scripture says there's nothing new underneath the sun. You think you're the only sister that's selling box? You can go ahead up.
The world's oldest profession. Although the oldest professions are most likely farmers, hunters, and shepherds. Right,
and the other oldest profession was farmers, hunters, and shepherds. You know what I'm saying? People that don't mind, something you really working hard for. Like if you're a farmer, you're working hard, man. If you are a farmer, you are working hard. If you're a hunter, you gotta work hard. If you're a shepherd, you gotta work hard. But if you a whore, you ain't gotta really work too hard. That's why you got sisters that got OnlyFans pages, and they making $100,000. I seen what's that no jumper? The guy that does the interview. No jumper. He was doing an interview with a guy, and he was talking about this. It was a girl that was interviewing him, and she was like, So if your woman was doing OnlyFans, would you leave her? He said, nah. He said, but I want half. He said, I want half of the money. She was like, why do you think you should get half? He said, because she belongs to me. He said, you think you're going to get on OnlyFans and do that and I'm not going to get a piece of that? He was like, nah, I want half. And she was like, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. He was like, how? He said, if I'm with you and you putting your body on the internet, he said, that's mine. He said, I should at least get half of it. He said, you mean tell me you think we're gonna be together and you're not gonna support me?
Right.
He said, so you're gonna make 6 figures off selling your body and you just gonna have yourself a good life. He was like, nah, I want half. And he was like, so what if she don't want to do it? He was like, we gonna live a good life. We still gonna live a life. We still gonna live a good life. He's like, I'm just saying. He was like, if that's what you want to do, I want half. He said, so what do you think most women will do? He's like, most of them will leave. I was like, smart man, but look, I don't want nothing. I don't want half at all. You tell me you want an OnlyFans, bitch, you got to get out of here.
Right.
You going to be a whore in your own time. All right, and could you go to the ancient Near East on that one? It's, go ahead.
That's heavy, man, because that's why sisters just think they're going to be able to speak to any brother, however they're going to speak to him or deal with a brother, any way they're going to deal with just women in general.
Right.
Because men like that. You know what I'm saying? Them is the same type men that go upside your head or take your life if they don't get half of that shit.
Shh, that's a pimp. That's a pimp, and sisters don't get it. Yeah, I'm like here dating pimps. Like I was talking about it one day, it was a brother that go with that lady, her name Sushi-Hanna, something like that. I might be saying it wrong. But I've seen her, she was dancing, and these East Indian women seen her dancing, and then she started dancing like a whore. They went and sat down. They was like, we don't do that in our culture. They was like, we don't do that in our culture. And now, what a lot of our sisters don't understand is black women have got this image around the whole entire earth as being whores and sluts, man.
Right.
Like everybody looks at our women as if they're whores and sluts. You know, like sisters, that's why it's important sisters, you know, don't wear things that a whore would wear, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't dress like a whore. It'll save your life.
Right.
You know, if you out here dressed like a whore, a man gonna treat you like a whore. He gonna approach you like a whore. Sisters, and then this what bugs me out right here, right? Sisters be out at clubs with small dresses on, breast out, and they get mad when a man try to come dance on. Like they dancing with the dress on.
Right.
The dress coming up. The man walk behind him and try to dance on her. What you doing? What, you a whore? What are you talking about? I ain't no hoe. So why you dressed like one? If I had a doctor outfit on you, I guarantee you if I was in the hospital, you gonna be like, doctor, help me. And I just come out, I'm not a doctor. Psh, get out of here.
Right.
So why are you dressed like one? I just like this outfit. Come on, man. You got it out.
I can't. They won't let me drop down.
On this one, right? We won't let you do this right here.
Like, you know, the arrow, the next section of the stuff, they won't let me do it.
Damn. Okay, shit. You want to read it off this one?
Ancient Near East. The ancient Near East was home to many shrines, temples, and houses of heaven.
Right, and when they say the Near East, they're talking about over there in the Middle East, like Egypt, you know, Israel, Jerusalem, Babylon, all of these different locations that would be located in the Middle East, Syria, all of these different places. Back then, you had all these different locations. You had Canaan, Egypt, Babylon, Mesopotamia. You had all these different locations. And this is what they said. Go ahead.
Which were dedicated to various deities.
Was dedicated to various deities, which are like pretty much false idols. You know, that's what this was dedicated to. Like all these places over there in the Middle East today, back then, they all had false idols that they worshipped, that they served, pretty much false gods. This is why the Lord separated the nation of Israel from everybody else, because everybody else was worshiping all type of false gods, man.
Right.
And the Lord separated the nation of Israel from all of that, so we could be different, so we can serve the Lord. Go ahead.
These shrines and temples were documented by the Greek historian Herodotus in the histories.
Right.
Where sacred,
It's like, go ahead. It's like,
where sacred prostitution was a common practice.
where what?
Sacred prostitution was a common practice.
So in these temples, sacred prostitution was a practice. And the Greek philosopher Herodias, who was a disgusting bastard, he documented all this. He documented all the things that they found because Greece came through and started taking over everything. And while they were taking over everything, they were also taking notes. Herodias, he was taking notes of everything. And he found out that a lot of these temples in these other locations with these other nations, they had gods and deities that they worship, and they had prostitution in the temple. Remember this, when they took over Jerusalem, they had prostitution in our temples too.
Right.
They were bringing whores inside of the temple in Jerusalem. And pork, doing all type of abominable acts. No different than what your pastor do. Your pastor bring pork and whores inside there too. You know that, right?
Right.
You know, they call one Roman Catholic pastor, one Roman Catholic church inside the Catholic church having sex late night. They call them late night, and they're having sex on the little table thing up there where they be at standing and stuff, having sex with a woman, with a whore. You can go ahead, up.
Sumerian record dating back to CA 2400 BCA.
This is
It's like it. BCE.
BCE. Oh, it's like, you know, this is back in this is way back in ancient times, man. You know what I'm saying? This is way back in ancient times that they recorded this in Samaria. And you know, Samaria was supposed to be kind of like the beginning of civilization, so they say. Shalom, let it Christ, sir. You know, shalom, let it Christ, sir. You know, they try to say Samaria was where everything started at. You know, especially these devils, they love to go back to Samaria. Oh, Samaria was the beginning, this and that. Well, guess what? Samaria had whores too.
Right.
You know, Samaria had sluts and whores and prostitution down there. You can go ahead, up.
Dating back to 24 BCE are the earliest recorded mention of prostitution.
They were prostituting back then. Ancient prostitution. Back then, this was happening, man. Sisters think they doing something different by being whores. On their OnlyFans page and out here prostituting themselves. It was a video I seen. I think the brothers was in Las Vegas, and the sister was walking, and she was just dressed just like a prostitute. She was just walking. The brother stopped. He was like, "Hey, sis, what's good?" She thought they was about to get her business and pulled out a paintball gun and lit her tail up. They said, "Get your tail, get your ASS off the street. Nobody want to see that."
Right.
I was like, "Damn, that was righteous." Come on, sir.
He said it was a sister that was out on the street half naked.
Come on.
Somebody went out there and got her with the paintball.
Come on, some brothers.
Right.
That's a good step in the right direction. You know, because back in the day, you probably would have got your ass whipped out there on the street or probably even stoned.
Kind.
So, you know, I ain't condoning, you know, super paintball, but it's a good step in the right direction. Somebody got to let these sisters know something.
Kind of what kind, sir. And so, like I said, if I could, sir, that's why it was so heavy what Moses did, man, when he outlawed prostitution and whoredom inside of Israel, man.
Yeah, right.
Like Moses made an example out of people. Like, I guarantee you right now, if we could do what they used to do back then, which I'm letting you know we don't do that. Imagine if somebody buried you and put your body in the hole and left your head out and just start throwing stones at your head because you want to be a prostitute.
Right.
How many prostitutes you think we have in the nation? It'll end overnight. Imagine you get 100 prostitutes out of all the black and brown, all the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You get 100, and get 300, and you dig a big hole and you have all 300 of their heads out, and you get all the black, brown, all the black Latinos and Native Indians together, and they just start throwing stones at them people's heads.
So, like, if I could,
Count on, sir.
I'll take that over monkeypox any day.
Count on one kind, sir. Sister get busted in the face with that rock. She gonna listen. Let me live, and I'll never be a prostitute again. So, what you think, sir? You think she's serious? I think she's serious. Hit her with one more rock. And guess what she gonna do? That sister would, if she doesn't die, I guarantee you she would never be a prostitute again.
Right, that works.
She would never be again. A lot of sisters start prostituting because they get raped. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen it was something me and my real be watching called it's something how I survived. It's something like I survived this and survived that. But it was a sister, she had got raped. Like it was one story that was horrible, man. It was very horrible. But it was one sister, man, she was prostituting and she went to go, do the thing with the dude. And she said, while they was doing the thing, he just started choking her. And she couldn't even do nothing. She said she blacked out. And when she woke up, she was in the basement.
Dang.
And she said she thanked God that she survived it. He was torturing her, raping her every day, torturing her, raping her every day. Had her at the bottom, she was yelling and screaming, nobody can hear her. They said the only reason she got caught was because, only reason they found it was because she was yelling so loud and the guy was gone. And you know what I'm saying? And somebody heard her. And there was another case where it was a guy doing the trucks. He picked up a girl at one of the truck stops. She was a lot lizard. That's what they call the prostitutes that be at the truck stops selling their body. He got her in the truck, had sex with her, pulled the gun out and told her like, "I'm going to kill you if you don't do what I tell you." Rode her around from 2 to 3 different states, just stopping and having sex with her whenever he wanted to. And then finally she got to a truck stop. She started screaming and yelling when he fell asleep. And somebody heard it and they was like, "What's going on in there?" And she was able to get away. But I guarantee you this, she ain't no prostitute no more, I bet.
Right.
Kind, you got it out.
Somebody, sir. And sisters need to realize, like, when they be selling their box, they're dealing with not only demons in themselves, but they dealing with other demons. That man might be a potential murderer, rapist, or whatever the case may be. But that's what you should expect that when it come out of that wickedness.
Right, damn right. And like you said, that's what they you should expect it. But sisters have been so bamboozled by the Christian church, like you said earlier, by the Christian church, by Big Mama. Girl, if he can't give you no money, he can't do nothing for you. Don't give him no sex. Oh, girl, don't open your legs for him if he ain't gonna give you no money. So sisters feel like the man gonna give us some money, open your legs. Don't even understand they're creating a generation of prostitutes.
Damn right.
That's why a lot of these young girls now act the way they do.
Right.
I done heard so many big mamas say, "Girl, he pay your bills?" No, so why you gonna give him some then? Girl, don't give him nothing if he can't if he can't do nothing. And you see it all the time on Facebook with sisters. If a man can't do nothing for me, why I'm gonna do this with him? Like, damn, you a prostitute. You got it out.
Sir, and have y'all ever heard that when you with a female, her family always saying, "How you treating my daughter? How you treating my niece?" And you know that revolves around, is he paying bills? What is he getting? You know what I'm saying? Is he
Right.
this way? It's never like, what is he genuinely doing as a man for you?
Right. Yeah, because these women, they don't want their kids, they don't want their daughters to have a man.
Yeah, right.
They want somebody that's gonna take care of their daughter and them.
That's right.
Especially Big Mama. Big Mama, like, if he got money, Big Mama like, "Girl, you know, he take care, he do so good for you, though. Look at you look beautiful." He'd be a whole homosexual. Why do you think the pastor's wife don't never lead the husband? They know he's gay. Know he's gay. I wonder if Bishop Eddie Long wife left him when she found out he was gay. I think she stayed along for the ride, knowing he was gay, knowing he was molesting them boys. Yeah, they deal with it. And people don't understand, man. Y'all creating prostitutes out of y'all daughters, man. Big mamas, when y'all tell y'all daughters, if a man can't do nothing for you, don't talk to him, you're making your daughter a prostitute, man. As soon as a man can do something with her, guess what? She gonna go for it. Now you got girls OnlyFans, girls just walking around half naked, and they don't understand why men treat them the way they do. Like, I seen a sister walking the Spinks one time. She came in with a literally see-through shirt on. I'm talking about the shirt was see-through. And she had the stars covering up her nipples. And when she came in, all the men in the store was just like, I think I might have been the only brother I looked. I said, "What the fuck?" Turned around and just kept looking, but everybody else, only thing is, damn, look at her. She felt so uncomfortable, she walked out the store. I was like, damn right, you should feel ashamed.
It's like, if I could.
Kind of, sir.
It's crazy that demon is so heavy because she wanted that attention. She just didn't know that she wanted that attention. Because she wouldn't have never put the garbage on if she really wanted that. If she didn't really want that attention. But she wanted that attention, and when she got the attention, it made her feel so damn shameless. She walked the hell up out of there.
Kind of, sir. Ooh-wee.
and made her feel small.
I'm a concert, and you know what? Sometimes you gotta do sisters like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I've seen brothers do sisters like that, man, who categorize themselves as like whores and prostitutes. I've seen brothers belittle them. Like, it made me feel bad to see brothers do it to them, but I was like, damn, maybe they need it. Maybe this might help fix them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I know sisters in the world that I grew up with, I grew up with, you know, half my life, and I seen them. I knew one sister, she did that back page thing, and she talked about how it made her feel about herself. Like, she didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I don't want to do it anymore. You know, I'm gonna try to do something different. I'm gonna go back to school. And she was just talking about all the horrific things that she had to go through, like abuse, like men asking her, can they beat her for money? Like, you think I can choke you? Can I punch you? Can I urinate on you? Like, can you urinate on me? Like, sis, you doing all this for money? Go ahead, up.
Oh, it's like you got two comments. Brother Nayar said that's Salaki. Desperate ass shit, Salaki.
That's exactly what that is.
And the brother Lukamawan said these women know what they be doing when they get dressed. Look how long it take them to get dressed.
Right, damn right. That's heavy.
So like, if I could also add one more thing, like,
Come, sir.
what's so heavy about it is like these women don't even know that when somebody is ready to go to the extreme with you sexually like that, like they want to piss on you and put fecal matter on you, throw up on you, make you throw up, all that crazy stuff. It's because they see you as a garbage can.
Right,
They see you as a toilet trash. That should be a sign to you that you're a piece of trash.
Right.
Because no respectable man wants to have sex with you in that way.
Come.
Sex is supposed to be a beautiful thing. It's not supposed to be like how an animal would have sex. And if a man wants to have sex with you in that kind of way, then he views you as a piece of garbage, and you probably carry yourself and look like garbage.
Come, sir. Get out on 100, get out on hand. And so, like, sir, it's heavy that you said that, because they would never do that to their wives.
Right, damn right. There you go.
They would never go home and do that to Stacy or Becky. You know, Becky's purr. You're a trash can.
What they call it, cum dumpster.
That's horrible. Like sisters gotta understand, if you a prostitute, me and the Shayala seen something so heavy, right? The day out of one. Me and the Shayala seen a sister. It's like, so you wanted to drink out of one?
I could if I could.
I can I could try to cash that back to you. Damn.
There ain't no sweat. I'm good.
Hey, you think you can grab cat one? The big ones, they ain't nothing but like so like, sir, me and the Shayala, we seen today, right? We was watching it was one of the old videos. You can leave it on up. I think it was one of the old videos. I'm trying to think who was speaking, but it was one of the old videos. But it was like they were just showing like old previews of an old video, and I think it was one of the generals speaking, and the sister typed in. She said, "Please share my story." She said, "I got jumped on by an Asian man." So me and the Shayala paused it. I said, let's see what she's talking about. So we looked up on Facebook. This sister got attacked by an Asian bartender. The Asian bartender, this just recently happened maybe like a week and a half ago.
Damn.
The Asian bartender punched her in the eye.
Sister, right?
Khan. Punched the sister in the eye, beat the brakes off of her. Some Chinese man, like from at Crab du Jour.
Right.
So, you know, Crab du Jour is a spot where all the, you know, where a lot of sisters go. They like to eat the crab with the garlic butter. So she was in a Asian man punched in the eye while she was at the bar. Ain't no telling what happened. You know how them sisters be sometimes. And come to find out, the sister is a whore on OnlyFans page. But she wants the UPK to share her story. And I told Shayala, I said, that's crazy, because she's watching. Maybe the sister started to learn that the lifestyle she's living is the reason why she's getting attacked by Chinese men. You know, the kind of you got to say.
Like if I could, and I hate to speculate, but when you are a known whore, then 9 times out of 10, you might have solicited that man for money, and you didn't give him what he wanted, and he probably attacked you.
Kind of.
You know, and it's unfortunate because I don't want I don't want nobody to think that I'm defending this heathen. To hell with that heathen.
Kind of, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But this is the consequences of breaking the Lord's law.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? We never have to worry about that if you had your head covered and you were submissive inside of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
Damn right, sir. Damn right, sir. And it's like, so like you said, sir, it's crazy because the sister was watching one of the videos.
Oh.
Like I guess she's famous on OnlyFans. Okay. But she was watching one of the videos with the general speaking. Shayala, you can vouch for it. When we seen the sister who the sister said, please share my story. She said, I was attacked by an Asian man in the bar.
And if I could also, that also proves that she doesn't like her filthy life, that disgusting life she's living.
Kind of what kind, sir?
Because out of all people, it's a difficult thing to find the truth.
Right.
You know, unless the Lord wants you to see it. So it's like, and of course I'm not saying that to say that she's in the truth, but the fact that she cried out in that way was like, she knows that the lifestyle that she lives is disgusting. And these women try to glorify that lifestyle that they live like it's just fine and it's just, yeah, I'm bold and I do what I want to do. To hell with a man, I don't need a man, I can get my own money. But really they suffering.
Kind of kind,
The
sir.
life is horrible.
Kind of kind, sir. Damn right, I won. Damn right. Sisters don't understand. We know it, and we're going to dig into that and show the reason why a lot of sisters do turn into that prostitution lifestyle. You know, right now we just showing y'all, you know, how long this prostitution has been going on, because this is the history class. So we're showing you how long prostitution has been going on in the earth. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm going to keep reading. It says, this is out of the Wikipedia for history on prostitution. It says, the ancient Near East was home to many shrines, temples of houses of heaven, which were dedicated to various deities. These shrines and temples were documented by the Greek historian Herodotus in the histories, where sacred prostitution was a common practice. Sumerian records dating back to 2400 BCE are the earliest records mention of prostitution. You know what I'm saying? And that word BCE just means before common era. Before the common era. You know what I'm saying? That's before everything else started to take place. Like even before, you know, they really start looking at the records, even on the Bible and everything, because the Bible is the number one, you know, history book on the earth. It says the earliest records mention of prostitution as an occupation. These describe temples, which were brothels operated by Sumerian priests in the city of Urk. This Cancun or temple was dedicated to the goddess Ishtar and was the home to 3 grades of women. Right, so they telling you back then that goddess Ishtar, which is now worshipped today as who would Ishtar be? She's related to Easter.
Right.
You know, if you're dedicating yourself to Easter, you're worshiping Ishtar.
Right.
The water. I appreciate that. Oh shit, I need the whole thing. I'm on too much. You get something. Get the rest of the cap. It's like, come. So you know, like back then, that god Ishtar, who you worship today when you celebrate Easter, she had a temple that was dedicated to her, in which whores worshipped her.
Right.
Where the Sumerian priests would allow prostitution to happen as a form of worship to the goddess Ishtar. That's like going to church. Yeah, right there. We're right there where Ishtar at. That's like you go to church and you end up praising Mary Mother, and to show your way that you praise her, you let somebody come in and just have sex with you, and now you worshiping Ishtar. Like, thank you, my Lord, you have now worshipped Ishtar. Like, this is what the Sumerians did, and this is why the Lord separated Israel from all of these heathen nations. Like, they made it to where you having sex in their temples was a worship to the goddess Ishtar. And guess what? A lot of these devils do that on the low. Behind closed doors, the people that run this empire, they still worship these guys on the low, man.
Right.
have temples and all type of sick, disgusting things they doing.
Right.
They worship and they having sex to the goddesses of different things. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people still worship it, not even knowing what they're doing, man.
Right.
You worshiping Easter, you celebrating Easter, man. You showing worship to a goddess that, supported prostitution.
Yeah, I'm right.
And you don't even understand. You got your kids out there picking eggs. Listen, they were picking eggs back then, but it wasn't how you think.
Right.
They was fertilizing eggs. Maybe 20 men at one day. Yikes! Like you said, I don't want to cum dumpster or cum bucket, whatever they call it. You got it. You go. Sorry, y'all.
The Cancun or temple was dedicated to the goddess Ishtar and was the home of 3 grades of women. The first grade of woman was only permitted to perform sexual rituals in the temple. The second group had access to the grounds and catered to visitors. And the third lowest class lived in temple grounds. The third class was also free to find customers in the street.
They was able to do what?
Find customers in the street.
Yeah, this was prostitution back then. You had different levels to prostitution back then. You had the ones that was in the street. Come and have a good time with me, big boy. You paying her for money. But if you really got some money, you get to make it on in the inside. Then you got the one in there, she gonna let you come on in, she gonna treat you nice. This is a brothel. This is back during the time of Sumerians.
Right.
You get to come in, if you got the money, you gonna bypass them filthy sluts. You can go into the brothel. They gonna let you come into the brothel. They gonna probably massage you up and do all that, and then you gonna get to step on up to the real whores, the real freak nasties. You gonna have sex with her. It's gonna be a sexual ritual. She gonna cut a chicken head off and drip blood on you while y'all having sex.
Like if I could, you going into the Playboy mansion.
Kind on kind. That's what that is right there. That's the Playboy mansion. You go in there. They dressed in they dressed in all type of clothes. They doing whatever. You don't think you don't stepped it up a notch. All right, Hugh Hefner right there in the back. I already had that. I just need your money. Remember Lamar Odom? I think Lamar Odom he was at one of them things, the Bunny Ranch or something like that. He was in one of the rooms almost dead trying to sleep with one of them white women, man.
Like if I could. They say your boy Magic Johnson, that might have been where he got that HIV virus from.
Playboy Mansion?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't doubt it, sir. I wouldn't doubt it. Them boys out there sleeping with them heathen women. Like, that's why, and this is more proof to show you, prostitution is wrong, man. And if you're a man that's supporting it, like if you paying a woman for sex, you a weak bastard, man.
Right.
Yeah, right.
You weak as hell. You mean you can't spit game to them? I like to spit game. Like brothers in UPK, we like a good challenge. We warriors. We like to fight for what we got to get, man. Brothers go out there and spit game. And no, we ain't the other guys who, when they say fight, they mean rape. Yeah, when they say fight, they literally out there with a sister holding it down. I gotta force myself on you. You gotta rape them.
So like if I could you imagine a brother, if he really believed that that's how you would do it, could you imagine a brother how he would be talking to a sister or trying to explain what he's doing to her? I'm still, sister, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to force you. You're supposed to like it.
Fight back, though.
Fight back a little bit, but I'm going to force you.
But like it. like
you restraining the bride and got her arms picked all up and everything. Trying to explain to her how you gonna have sex with her. I just don't understand it.
It makes no sense. I don't want. That's why when they said it, I just didn't get it. I was like, "You gotta rape her?
Wow.
You got to rape her."
Sheesh.
Y'all can have it out. I know we in the right place. We ain't gotta rape nothing over here in the UPK.
Damn right.
We ain't raping nothing. We go out there and spit some game. What's Shalom, sis? Shalom, Yahweh Shemar, Thou Bashem Yahweh Shah. What does that mean? Oh, let me explain to you, sis.
Right.
Let me explain to you. You need a drink? You want a drink? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's how we do it in the UPK.
Damn right.
We ain't going into no brothels. We ain't going into no strip club. Your strip club is a brothel. They do the same thing in a strip club.
That's right.
What do your brothers going there? They pay. They go see the woman. Then what do? The sister take them to to a back room somewhere, some little back room, and have sex with them back there. You know, if you got the best money, you get the best whore. You know, they always like to let the best one come out of last. Some like they let the best come out last. I don't know. Lord knows, man. I don't know what the hell they got going on in the strip club. I know monkeypox probably in there somewhere flourishing.
Right.
In every cranny and every dark spot, monkeypox is right there. Like, come and sit on me. I got something for you.
Speaking of that, I have a theory, and it might end up coming out in the news later on. I'm not even sure. Lord willing. And as sure as I'm a prophet, it might happen.
Damn right.
But the fact that this monkeypox is such a it's like this is a sidebar. The fact that this monkeypox is such a issue, it ain't gonna be long before they're gonna make it mandatory that a lot of those places like them strip clubs get shut down. You ain't gonna be able to go out there and look at you some breast and ass. They gonna
tear OnlyFans alive.
Damn right, damn right.
And when they get tired of dealing with OnlyFans, their rate gonna start to increase out of one.
Ooh-wee, brother.
When brothers can't get on, when people can't get on the OnlyFans ain't doing it, ain't scratching the itch. Oof. You whores better be careful dressing like sluts. That's all I can tell you. You got it up.
It's like your makers turning into only pots and pans.
Damn right.
I tuned in to see a sister cook a good meal. I watched it.
Let me see you fold them clothes right quick.
Damn, that's a
Fold them clothes good. God damn it. Nobody you see this video?
that pants got a crease in it.
Look how she orange them damn pants. They standing by themselves.
Get that sister a hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, brothers in the UPK, we like to see that. Make some biscuits, sis.
Right.
Sister told me the other day, she said, yeah, I know how to make biscuits, homies. I said, oh, you do? So I might have to put it to the test. Might have to say, I think you can make some of them homemade biscuits you were telling me about. How much you charging? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, things gonna get worse out of here, man. Trying to be a prostitute and a whore in these last days is gonna be the worst thing. The scripture says a shameless woman should be accounted for as a dog in the streets, man.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you are a dog, you are nothing. Nobody don't care about no damn dog. Yeah, the Chinese cooking them. Chinese got them on the plate with rice. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the last days, who gonna care about a dog? I guarantee you, a lot of people out here in the earth gonna be eating their dogs too when they get hard out here. You don't want to be that sister that's gonna be counted for as a dog, as a bitch.
That's right.
Right.
You got it. You can read the rest of that out.
Okay. In the region of Canaan, a significant portion of temple prostitutes was male.
And you said in Canaan was these Africans.
Right.
These were Africans. They said in their temple, their prostitutes were what?
Males.
Oof. Sodom and Gomorrah. We talked about that yesterday. Because what people don't understand, when you start digging into that prostitution culture, guess what? You have a lot of men that are homosexuals. They do the same thing. In Rome, they had those male prostitutes starting to bring them on. They was starting to tell on them Catholic priests. Right. They said, yeah, well, I have a lot of Catholic priests that are my clients. It was one over there. He was so proud too. He was a flamboyant homosexual. Had the split right here in the hair on the side.
Damn.
He was like, yeah. He said, I don't had a couple of Catholic priests that come down here. What's the other ones? The ones that they ain't the priests. They below the priest.
The Cardinals.
It's something else. They training. They in training. I can't think of not the fathers or something. But he said he had a bunch of them in there having homosexual sex with him for money. He was like, yeah. He said they always come down here. They always come down here because them things go 2 and 2. They tie hand in hand. If you could you get Deuteronomy chapter 23 verse 17?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That whoredom ties right in with homosexuality. You got it.
Primates. That's what they're called. That's under the Cardinals.
Okay, Primates. Oof, that sounds horrible. Damn primates out there having sex with those homosexuals up there in the Roman Catholic Church. That like you think Rome is, and then people don't understand Rome is like the only place where drugs are legal. Any type of drug you want, you can do. You can go smoke crack in Rome and nobody will charge you with anything. It don't be no charge against you. Huh? Yeah, Deuteronomy 23 and 17. So you can imagine what they doing over there in Rome. Listen, man, that Pope, look, man, he has gay all over his forehead. He looks like he's a notorious child molester, notorious boy lover. But over there in Rome, you can go to Rome and smoke all the crack you want to, and nobody will say anything.
Right.
Ecstasy pills, they said, I watched the interview on a documentary, they said Rome is the only place on the earth where any drug is legal.
Right.
You can shoot heroin in your toes, smoke crack, smoke weed, snort pill, whatever's over there, you can do it. And it's supposed to be the most holiest, sacred place on the earth.
Dang.
But over there in Rome, you can do whatever drug you want. Imagine, so you got it, sir. You got
Good.
Okay, good. Imagine if the so-called primate who's underneath the cardinal want to go pop an ecstasy pill. You know, they already ain't having sex with women. Who you think he gonna have sex with? He gonna have sex with that homosexual David that's walking around over there. That Spaniard boy, that good Spaniard boy. They gonna have sex with him. And that devil came out in an interview and said, yeah, they don't want me to tell everybody about this, but yeah, a lot of those cardinals, they come over, a lot of those, the people underneath the cardinals, they come over and have sex. He said he even had sex with a couple of the priests over there in Rome. He said they like it. I said, damn. I said, they like it. Yikes. Listen, U.P.K, we ain't with that. You listen, this blade is perfect. Just like it. That's all I can say. That ain't floating in here. We like women.
Right.
With an S on the end, plural. We like them like that. You can read that whenever you get it out.
Okay. Deuteronomy 23:17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
And that's what sisters got to understand. Me and Cap today, I showed Cap this story of this sister who was in Florida. Was it Florida AME, sir?
I think so, yeah.
Florida AME. She graduated from college, but the sister, you know how sisters take a picture, right, when they about to graduate, and they had a cap, they might have a dress on. I seen a lot of sisters when they graduate, they usually have a dress on, they got their hair did, their makeup did, they looking beautiful. And they had a little cap and gown hat on, and they posed in front of the school like, I graduated this year, hey, I did it. This sister did the same thing, but she published a picture of herself butt naked. That was her way of showing the way, yeah, I graduated, and published a picture of herself butt naked. And one sister got mad. One of the sisters said, hey, I graduated too. She said, but you got to think about what you're showing the young girls that are coming to this school. Like, it's going to be younger girls that are going to come to this school. And if you're setting the image for this being the way sisters should be, like, you're going to destroy the next generation of sisters that come to this school. Now, since you did it, guess what? It's going to be everybody else going to start to do it. Everybody else going to start to do it. And the sister said, yeah, you know, I have no problem showing my body. She said, I'm just trying to push my rap career. I said, you dumb bitch.
That's crazy.
Right.
I said, you'd rather destroy another generation of women just so you can push your dumb ass rap career?
And so, like, if I could,
Kind, sir.
it's funny because you're absolutely right when you say that the next generation is going to see that, because we tend to look up to people of that stature.
Kind.
And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Megan Thee Stallion did the same thing when she graduated from. I don't think she was totally butt naked though. I think that she had something that was a little bit kind of provocative or whatever on, something that a slut would wear. When she graduated, she did the same thing. So it's like these sisters don't understand how much of it, because it's like while getting a degree is something you should do as an honorable thing.
Kind.
And then right behind it, you do such a shameless act. You're confusing these women. They don't know whether they should be achieving or if they should just be sluts. You know what I'm saying? And now you're making it okay for them to go and achieve these degrees and be sluts. And it's like,
God damn.
it's like, it just goes totally against what YAHANNA taught us, man.
Kind. So get out of one hand. And right. And so like, sir, what's so heavy what you saying out of one, like you said that she making it feel like it's okay. The damn college is doing an investigation on that, and they didn't give her a degree to her yet, her diploma to her yet.
Oh, they didn't give it to her?
They didn't give it to her yet.
And they shouldn't.
They shouldn't give it to her. Like, she should be, she want to make an example, they should make an example out of her. Like, this will not be tolerated.
Damn
like,
right.
you coming on our campus posing butt naked. She said, yeah, I wanted to do the image of Medusa, this and that. Like, don't give that slut her degree. let any other sister that come here knows, like, if I do the same thing, I'm not gonna get my degree or my diploma, so I'm not gonna do it.
And so, like, if I could,
Kind of concept.
which also proves why it's important to have a man in your life.
Right.
Because the dumb bitch, and Salaki, I'm saying it because it's true. The dumb bitch did that and risked losing her degree, chasing some fame that may not even happen.
Right.
She may not even become this rapper that she wanted to become.
Right.
And so now she done went up there and wasted her time, possibly didn't embarrass herself, possibly didn't risk losing her degree, and she might end up being some dumb hood bitch out here that ain't got nothing and working at McDonald's or something.
Kind of concept.
She's risked her life doing something dumb like that.
Kind of concept. And like you said, I don't want. It's heavy. It's heavy what you said that like sisters need a man, because a man would have been like, bitch, you ain't about to do that. You done been in school for 4 years.
Right.
You're not about to waste you about to do this for one day and to just to waste 4 years.
Right. Exactly.
Nah. Look, you can do that for me. You got
Yeah,
to.
it's even crazy in high school. If you do a senior prank right before graduation, they are not going to give you your diploma.
Nope.
Damn right. Yep.
Nope. They sure the hell won't.
I see that happen. So.
Kind of kind, sir. Likewise, I don't want. I seen brothers do stupid things and not get there. And social media doesn't make it better for this generation now, because they do stuff and it gets showed on social media so everybody can see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this sister literally set herself up for failure
Right.
by doing something just to get her image out there.
That's right.
And like, I don't want to say it. Imagine if she doesn't get a degree. Like, the sister don't understand. You know how many women right here that are out here right now showing their body, showing their breasts, showing their butt. It's a ton of whores that are doing this right now. You're one out of maybe 300,000, 400,000, 500,000. It's on TV. Like them girls back in the day that were video vixens. Nobody don't know who these women are anymore. They get on the internet, shake their booty, breasts popping out. Then they get in the music video. Nobody, they know the artist. They don't know you. Unless you're going to be like those major sluts, they got to be sluts on top of sluts just to get famous. But by the time you get through being a slut, you're going to be just like, what's her name? Karen Grip. I can't think of, but they called her Superhead for short, but I can't think of her real name.
I know you talking about that. I know what you're talking about.
Like, I don't even think she's married. I don't think she's married. No man, who gonna marry you? Like, you notorious for blowing rods? You think I'm gonna walk down the altar with you and kiss those lips? The pastor was like, when Jesus take the wheel. Pastor don't got topped off. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Being a whore isn't a productive lifestyle, man. You know what I'm saying? Some sisters might get a good life from some weak Negro who likes that, but most of the time they find out that he's a homosexual behind closed doors. He likes to beat women, or he's a child molester. You know what I'm saying? You know how many sisters don't find that out about men that they don't win and marry because they got money and they think they're going to live a better lifestyle? It's some deep, dark secret that they got going on behind closed doors. Come on, man. You can read that scripture out.
Nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
Nor what?
Sodomite of the sons of Israel.
Because them two play both them parts. Just like right now, whores always hang with gay men.
Damn right.
You know, this is biblical. You whores out there right now, you wonder why that sodomite is your best friend. This is biblical. The Lord said there were not supposed to be any whores of the daughters of Israel, nor any sodomites of the sons of Israel, man. And those two are the main things that are hanging together right now. All these whores got a gay man friend. And all these whores now, they love that P-Valley.
Right.
I would never trust a woman that watches P-Valley. Like, a woman watches P-Valley, that's like watching Empire back in the day. Like, everybody was watching Empire. I watched 2 episodes and I was like, I'm done. I watched Raising Cain. As soon as they had that lesbian activity, I'm done. I don't want to see no more of that. Like, I could never trust a woman who watches P-Valley. And a lot of sisters glorify that. They glorify that. Like the trooper Colatas over here, we was talking about the homosexuals that the women know in Greenville. The homosexual name, I don't even want to say his name. His name is P.K. His name is that's not the name, but his name is like I don't want to give him any type of glory.
Right.
But his name is they just call him Cake is his last name. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's very disgusting. You know what I'm saying? And women give him the glory. They let him do the makeup and everything. And I was thinking to myself, I said, with monkeypox being on the rise, I wonder how many sisters gonna let him touch his face now. And I heard him on the live saying, I don't like none of you maggots, but put the F instead of the M right there. And I'm like, nigga, what do you think you are? Nigga, you a maggot with the F instead of the M. I was like, that's the lifestyle that they choose, man, when they start living this lifestyle, man. Right. The Lord said there should be no whores of the daughters of Israel, man.
That's right.
Nor no sodomites. They play hand in hand. Every time you see a whore, she always got that one homosexual friend rocking with her. That's how you can tell most of these women be whores. They got the homosexual friend rocking. They love them homosexuals.
Right.
Anything else on that article up? That's the why. That might be it on it. If you could also, could you get me Proverbs chapter 23, verse 27? Hey, can we also get that? You said you couldn't get that cause and effect on the prostitution article up, right? Could you? Okay, kind. How far does yours go?
Lack of education.
Okay, kind. What does it say at the top of it? Prostitution and public health and.
You talking about on the article?
Kind.
Prostitution and public health in India.
Okay, kind. It ain't saying, but this also ties into America. If you could just go to where it says definition, because now we're gonna dig into where the reason why a lot of women are prostituting themselves here in America, and not just in America, but all in the earth. But this is why it's so predominant amongst the black community and the Latino and Native Indian community now. You see where it says definition of it? You can read that and start right there.
Start with definition.
Kind.
Okay. Cause and effect of prostitution. Definition: the acts or practice of engaging in sexual intercourse for the purpose of money.
Right. That's what most of the prostitution was for, and that's even what it is today. A lot of these sisters are having sex just for money. You know what I'm saying? For fame, for glory. You know what I'm saying? A lot, like we said, like Big Mama always telling these young girls, if he can't do nothing for you, don't talk to him. So now they don't made a generation of whores. Now the mama's a whore. Like we listen to what's her name? Will Smith's wife and her daughter. You think you think Jada Pinkett Smith is bad. That daughter is worse. The daughter is worse. The daughter says she believes that she's some type of sexual. She's one of the sexuals. But she says she believes what it is?
I believe it's polygamous.
Polygrammic. It's like it ain't sexual, it's polygrammic. She's one of those. She believes she gets value out of having sex with multiple partners at one time. And this is Will Smith's daughter. And I said, damn. And then Will Smith's wife, she was like, I get it. I understand. Of course she understands, but the grandmother, she was just like, She was like, nah, I said, damn, the grandma got some type of values. Like at least I think the grandma's even married. I think she's married to one man. But the grandma was just like, She was like, I don't see how you can do it. She was like, I just believe a man and a woman should just be, even though that's Christianity, but I can respect that.
Right.
And you can just see the destruction that has fell upon all of them. Because at one point in time, guess what? Jada Pinkett Smith, she was a good woman at one point in time. She didn't think a man should call a woman a bitch. She was like, she had some type of dignity about herself when she was younger. And then all of a sudden, she got in the entertainment world. Next thing, she was on stage singing rock and roll music like a damn fool.
It's like if I could.
Kind of, son.
And not to dismiss what you said, because what you said is absolutely right. No woman should be called a bitch.
Right.
But the unfortunate truth is if that's what you is, and that's what you is. And a lot of sisters, and you will find that a lot of sisters who are bitches and who are whores don't like to be called bitches or whores, and that's what they are.
Kind, sir. Like you said, I don't want. They don't like to be called it, but the truth hurts.
Right.
You know, if you throw a rock in the pack of wolves, and the one that holler, it's the one that got hit. That's all right, sis. You a hoe, sis. You a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Jada Pinkett, she was like, I don't think, she told who that was, Tupac? She was like, I don't think you should be calling him. And guess what? She fell in love with Tupac too. So she must have liked Big. Like Tupac hit some type of nerve.
But Tupac wasn't about to mess with her.
I don't even think Tupac slept with her. I don't think he slept with her, did he?
So like if I could, I believe he did. It is off topic. I believe he did. But I don't think that, I know for sure that to him, in his eyes, she's not wifey material.
Yeah, she probably was off the chain. He probably knew how she was back then. He was like, hell nah, you don't let so-and-so hit it. She let Nate hit it. I'm in the bind, Nate. She let Nate hit it. Will should have knew then he was in trouble.
Dang, that's cold.
Damn.
That she should have known off of after what's the degree, something degrees of separation that he did, that he was gonna be weak. The movie where he was playing the homosexual.
Will Smith played a homosexual.
So in essence, they both had to deal with each other or learn something about each other that was just horrible.
Yeah, I think Will Smith's part was very horrible though. Like they always show the preview on like on YouTube, they be breaking it down, like, you know, like Will Smith played this role, and I was like, damn, Will Smith, what? I ain't looked at Will Smith the same.
He was zesty, super zesty.
Damn, Will Smith is zesty. You can go ahead, Art.
The word prostitution means the practice or occupation of adolescents, high school girls living at home with their parents or participating in these illegal aspects of the prostitution as an avocation, sometimes for money, sometimes for kicks.
Sometimes for what?
Money, sometimes for kicks.
And that's where it usually starts at. It usually starts in high school, where girls start to, they start to develop their bodies because they're young women. And you got sick bastards out here who be grown men who prey on them young girls. Right. I remember when we was in high school, the sister was like 15, and she was beautiful. Like, she's 15 years old. Sister's beautiful. But this grown man, I'm talking about, he had to be maybe 25, 26, 27 years old. Dope boy, had money. And he seen her, and he started to prey on her. You know what I'm saying? Because she came from a poor family. But the sister was beautiful. It was her and another girl. They both were beautiful. Even to this day, they're still beautiful. Right. But this brother preyed on that sister. He was 27. She was 15. Had sex with her. Gave her herpes at 16 years old in high school. You got it, right?
I ain't gonna drop any names, but I remember when I was in Georgia, Clayton County, Georgia, over the summertime, you know how your cousins or your friends, they come over all summer. And I remember vividly as a chap, I probably been 12, 13 years old, and two of my other cousins would play the game all day, all summer. But it was just this one older cousin that would leave every time 3 and 4 in the afternoon saying he got to go pick up a girl. But as I got older, just thinking about it, it's like, he did say he was getting from school, but as I get older, it's like, yo, you were 26 at the time, 27 at the time, picking up a girl from school. Good. The girl was at high school, and I get older, and I actually went through the experience of seeing older, girls in my school getting picked up by older brothers, and I was like, that's what you was doing when I was young. And it didn't register because, I was ignorant to it. I didn't know anything about that. But now I'm older, it's like, it happens so much, and we just overlook it.
Right. And they talk about R. Kelly out here. It's a lot of R. Kellys out here.
Damn right.
Your Christian pastors are R. Kelly. Yeah, they had that pastor in Spartanburg that got caught for having sex with that 15-year-old girl and getting her pregnant.
Dang.
Yeah, he got convicted. He was out there in Spartanburg to Gaffney, I think. Gaffney.
Yeah, you got pregnant twice.
It's like it. And they have the nerve to ask us why we believe that the Christian church or the Muslim mosque is unfit to lead black people.
Right.
It's just a damn ridiculous question at this point.
Damn right.
With all of this stuff coming out, Bishop Eddie Long, and all of them boys that he dealt with, all of these pastors and the riches that they have, and all of the children they're molesting. It's a ridiculous fucking question to this point. At this point,
Kind of kind. And like you said, I like Eddie Long. I hate to even say his name; it's so disgusting. But he was doing the same thing. Like, he was getting these young boys in high school and giving them money. You know, prostituting these young boys for money and for shoes and vacations and all type of stuff. I mean, you a sick bastard. This is a kid. Like, you think you doing something, but this is a goddamn kid. This child don't know. This child don't know anything. You got it up.
It's like if I could, Cap, too. You know, excuse my language. And I look at men. You know, grown men that really got to prey on young girls. You're a piece of shit. Slut. The reason being because, I mean, it's so many women out here and women of age. You know, you could go 20, 21, hell, and that's still not right. But in the same sense, you got to prey on a child because you're not man enough to please a grown woman.
Damn right.
You know, whether it's performance, finances, or just a mentality, you're sick.
And right, and Shayala's right. Like, you're something sick. General Muhammad said that in the class. He said a lot of those men, they won't go to an older woman. They'll go to a child because a child ain't gonna tell you that, hey, listen, you're disgusting. Hey, your breath stinks. Hey, you look like a bum. Like, they won't go to an older woman and say that because she's gonna pull your card. You know, she's like, oh nah, I'm good. Like we said in the U.P.K, we like to work for what we get.
Damn right.
And those brothers who prey on those young kids, they do it because these kids ain't gonna say anything.
Right.
You know, you buy her a pair of $100 shoes, really you broke. You know, you working a little job, making here and there. You go to this young teenage girl, let me buy you 3 outfits and a pair of shoes. This girl's poor. She ain't got nothing. Her family poor.
Right.
You buy that for her, she gonna feel like you don't bought her the whole world, and then you just prey on them, man. It's disgusting, man.
And then if I could, Salaki,
Kind, sir.
what can a woman, and not to knock anybody who likes 18-year-old women because it's legal. Totally legal if you want your 18-year-old. Me personally, I wouldn't do it.
Kind,
But
sir.
if you want your 18-year-old, that's totally fine. But for the sake of this, of what my point of this right here, is what possesses you to want to even want to deal with a 16 to 18-year-old woman? You know what I'm saying? When they're not, I mean, first off, they're not technically in a mature state yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So of course they're gonna say yes to this. Their hormones are raging. You know what I'm saying? And they might feel like you have something to offer because you're older.
Right.
I remember being in school, and I used to hear girls all the time saying, "I like me an older man because he's more mature. He got this, he got this going on. He got a car, he got that." And I never understood how in the hell they knew that was the right choice, being that they ain't never been out in the,
Right.
You know, they ain't been anywhere outside of their house in high school, and they just already know what the hell they want for themselves.
Right.
You know, so these men, they get themselves caught the hell up when they mess with a lot of these young girls. It's easy to get them because they're slow. I mean, they're not slow, but they're stupid. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. They don't go after the older women, the ones who've been around the block a little bit, because they already know what to expect.
Kind of
You're
sir.
right about that.
Kind, sir.
One more piece to like, sir, and that's another. Slip on my mind quick, Salaki.
Kind, you sure?
Yeah, kind. It come back.
Kind of. And I remember when I was in high school, me and the sister stopped talking. Like, we 15 years old. She stopped talking. She was like, "Yeah, I got somebody else." Come to find out, this dude was like 25 years old.
Dang.
Grown man with the car. She's like, he just, you know, he knows what to do with me. I was just like, ugh. Carry on.
So like it, then that's how stupid they are, because in their mind, a man with a car got something.
Right.
We sitting here all, you know, we know that there are men out there who have cars and who ain't really about shit.
Right.
Or ain't really got nothing but that goddamn car. But to them, because they're in high school and they don't have a car themselves, and none of the guys they're in class with or they're in school with has a car.
Right.
They see this man with a car and they think, oh yeah, he balling. I'm gonna mess with him. I ain't gonna have no little boyfriend in high school. I'm gonna get me a man outside of high school because he grown. He got his own shit together.
He coming through in the 92 Honda.
She don't care about his 9200. She just know the nigga got wheels.
Right.
That's what she care about.
Yeah, I got you, baby girl. I'm here to pick you up. Y'all riding the bus. I'm getting scooped.
Right.
Yeah, that's Dirty Jerome from around the corner who got crabs.
And that's the importance of having a man in the household. Reason being is because the simple fact that while these young sisters in school be thinking, oh, these young brothers all about, getting some behind, and the older cat is all about having, he got materials, he got what he needs. He's using the same material to get some box, just a different way.
Right.
You think it's all about him being a man? No, it's a tactic.
Right.
It's easier. You just gotta show something. The same way these OnlyFans, you show $100, you can see some feet or some lips. It's the same thing.
Same thing. And that's heavy what you said that, Asha. That's why that show called How to Catch a Predator was kind of a good show to watch. You got to get in the mind of a real predator and see how they operate. And you got to see they normally target kids.
Right.
Young kids. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like Time crunch. I get that wonderful priest and officer hand, Officer Bond. Now, what that brother's saying is so heavy because the simple fact that it is a lot of grown men, disgusted men that prey on young sisters out here, even young brothers, and they think that they're doing something. The child thinking that the whoever molesting them is doing something because they got a little bit of material, they got a little bit of finances or whatever it is. But all reality, whoever is providing that is destroying that child. Because again, even though you give a child money or you let them drive a car or shoes or whatever the case may be, that dormants in that child's mind, they grow up as if I'm going to give my behind up or my breast or my body, he has to provide some shoes. He got to provide, something for me to eat, right, or some weed, or what can he do? What can he do? If he ain't doing nothing, he can't get my body. And that's what it come down to, this whole prostitution aspect. Right. And for a lot of you brothers out here that actually buy behind, you are really cowards. You're sad and you're sorry because it really doesn't even take funds. It doesn't take all of this to get the pearl of a woman. Right. Man, have some type of charm. Learn how to woo a woman. There's 1,000 women out here that you could do it, man. And it's not hard. Just be a man. Be honest. Be a man. But I'm gonna turn the class back over to Officer Bond. Get that priest a hand, man. Damn right, he's right, man. And man, you ain't gotta do all that to get a woman's pearl, man. Slacker, we gonna go back to the article if we could, Baba Kasha. It should be said. Okay, come.
Adolescent high school girls living at home with their parents and participated in illegal aspects of the prostitution as an avocation, sometimes for money and sometimes for kids.
And that's why a lot of young girls do that, man. Like we were just saying, man, you got these older guys that come with money and these young girls fall victim to that, man, because they're poor. You know what I'm saying? Israel is in a poor condition right now. We're very poor. A lot of our parents were poor, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? You got predators that prey on young boys also. Right. I seen that happen with a young brother. The sister was telling me about how she had a homosexual friend and they used to always smoke weed together. And one day she picked up her young cousin. I think I might have been 24, 25 at the time. 24, 25. And we was like, I was in the world. So, we used to do our little things, smoke a little weed and talk and stuff. And she was telling me how she used to smoke weed with a homosexual friend. And she said they went and picked up her little cousin who was like 16 or 17. I think it was like 16, maybe 17. And they started smoking with him. So they would pick him up from school. They always would be smoking, chilling, hanging out and stuff like that. And of course, the homosexual friend got attracted to the young boy. So what happened was the homosexual went behind her back and started to go in to get her cousin days that she went go get him. Start picking him up, start grooming the young boy. And guess what happened? He did the same thing. He started taking the boy to the mall, buying him shoes. Like when he come pick him up, he got him the new Jordans, 2 or 3 outfits, smoking weed with him, giving him money. And guess what happened? He ended up having sex with the young boy. Right. And when her family found out, when her aunt found out, she went off on her. Like she came the black sheep of the family. Her aunt said, I should kill you for what you did to my son. She said, you let that F word hang with my son. Now my son gay. She said, I should kill you for what you did to my son. And I want to say that I think they pressed charges on the dude. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they could because the son had consented to it. So in South Carolina, the legal age for sex is, I think, 16 to 17. And so they couldn't really do nothing to him. But she told her, she said, I should kill you for what you did to my son. She said, you don't let this come around here. And he did what he did to my son. And now the son he liked it. He was cool with it. This boy, 16, 17 years old, got preyed on by a homosexual man. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with that lifestyle, man. Living this so, and that's why the Bible says, man, there should be no whores of the daughters of Israel, nor any sodomites. And guess what? Them two were both hanging together, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and her knew each other from we were young, but we always chilled because I was in the world. I was living a certain type of lifestyle. So people would come to me for certain things. You know what I'm saying? So we all chilling. She told me about the story, and I was just like, damn. I was like, damn, your little cousin, he gay now? She was like, yeah, he gay. I was like, damn. And you could tell it bothered her. You know, eventually she got worse. You know, I ain't talked to her in years, but eventually she got worse on drugs, man. You know, it went from weed, went to pills, to being an alcoholic, and the family didn't look at her the same. You know what I'm saying? And I know it hurt her to see her little cousin become a flaming homosexual because of her friend. And she hated the homosexual friend. Like, she wanted to fight him, but of course, you can't fight that homosexual. He's still a man at the end of the day.
So, like, if I could, you know, she, and in that, also in that same token, you know, and you're saying that this is her friend, the homosexual that did it, right?
He was a friend,
And on that same token, this is why you black women should stop hanging around with them homosexuals and stop enabling them on that.
Right.
Every real black woman should be telling a homosexual that ain't right. You shouldn't be doing that. And you shouldn't even be acting like y'all even cool or close. You should make these gay men feel shame. You know what I'm saying? Because now she loses a child, and even though she could sit there and blame this gay friend, but really she can't put all the blame on him.
Sir.
Because you approved of his lifestyle. And what you might have not understood is that his lifestyle comes with all kinds of demons, man.
Sir.
You know, this man ain't a homosexual just because he chose to be. You know, this is a man who was violated himself.
Right.
And what do people with trauma tend to do that doesn't get any kind of therapy? They go and they spread that trauma. So this man was molested. What is he going to do? He's going to go molest somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And just so happened the victim is your son. So and you black women, y'all better learn. Y'all better listen. Because the Lord has sent y'all prophets in this earth, man. And we've been trying to tell y'all since 69 what the deal is.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all letting these homosexuals raise y'all children. We're not having that in I.S.U.P.K. So like,
in so that's heavy. You said that out of one. You got something to say, Shala?
We got a few comments. Kalazai said Chester the molester. The Kamawan said player from the Himalayas.
Right.
The sister Bria Thomas.
Your sister Yila.
Sister Yala, she said, I feel the parent is responsible too, because you shouldn't leave everyone around your kids, even though she trusted the cousin. Parents have to be more careful.
Damn right. And Sister Yala, what you said is so heavy because where I'm from in Greenwood, it was 2 cases I know. It was 2 cases of this that happened in Greenwood. It was one with this homosexual named Diamond. I have no problem saying his name because he's a disgusting bastard. But he had been raped. Mm-hmm. And when he was in Greenwood, this is like 2006, 2007, 2008, where homosexuality wasn't as flamboyant as it is now.
Right.
But he was a flamboyant homosexual. Like, he was the one that would be walking down the street with heels on, with the shirt tucked in like our sisters used to wear it in the 90s. And that was like, you know, back then, like nobody was used to it. So people were like, so like I was guilty back then of maybe throwing a couple rocks and bricks, but that's what people did. You know what I'm saying? Those were horrible people.
Like Moses out there.
I didn't even know I was born to be a priest and prophet. I didn't even know it. I'm at that Moses. I'm gonna call the police.
He was already in the spirit.
Didn't even know it. So like I said, I ain't even know it out of one. I think about it now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we would throw rocks at them because we didn't understand that type of culture. Like we trapped them in a slacking. They trapped them in the hallway of the apartment complex one time. You know what I'm saying? Like Salagi. And whatever happened to him happened. And guess what? Like I moved from that place and I moved back down here to Greenville. And I heard in 2010, 2011 or 12, he had got convicted of raping this girl's son. She left the son there with him and he got convicted of raping this girl's son. And then there was a second case, another homosexual. He was an older brother. This brother could box, so we had to use weapons. Like, not incriminate myself, but they had to use weapons.
Right.
On this brother. This brother was a notorious boxer.
Right.
But he had got raped when he went to prison. And so when he came home, he was wearing a wig and dressing like a woman, and this was back then where it wasn't normal. So in order to fight him, you know, you had to get a bat, stick, rocks, you know, just to jump him because it was weird to us as young men. We wasn't used to that. And that same brother ended up raping these two girls' sons.
Right.
Ended up raping two girls' sons. They left, like they went to work, and he was the babysitter for their kids.
Right.
They went to work. They came back. Both of the boys were saying that they butt tops was hurting.
Right.
And they was like, why is it hurt? And the kids told them, they was like, so-and-so took a clothes hanger.
What?
Yeah, like, I got to pull the story up because they was very disturbing. They had this picture in the news, and I was just like, y'all let y'all kids chill with these bastards, man? And what did you think was going to happen? You got it out.
Folks like that need to be hung by their ankles and turned to a punch bag.
It's like it. The Bible is all truly against that. You know what I'm saying? But this is that lifestyle that happens, man, when it comes to prostitution. Whoredom comes all into that lifestyle, man. So like if we could, so like I'm on topic. So like, can we go back to the article? Can you go to where it says unemployment? So like it. Come on, you got it.
Elderly prostitutes, the old age group, people will be having higher desire for the sex.
That is so true right there. You old hoes, ooh, so like it. Them old hoes like to get it in. You know them old, they be targeting the young boys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like some of them get older and they just get more nastier, it seems like. You know what I'm saying? The UPK, we got a good class for you. Come on in with your hair wrap, sis.
Yeah, right.
You know, come on now and get your hair. Learn how to tame that demon. Let a brother in the UPK tame that demon for you. We'll help you out. We know you got a sexual desire. You older. You know you alone. Listen, we'll help you tame that demon, sis.
Right.
Right.
Come. I know them biscuits good. You can go to unemployment if you could out on the article.
Okay. Unemployment. It is a major cause for the prostitution among women because it acts as a downside factor which pushes the women into prostitution.
That is true, man. Sisters that don't have jobs, a lot of them just go straight to prostitution. They feel like, hell, it's easy. Let me do that. Could you get me Proverbs chapter 23, verse 27?
Okay. Proverbs 23, verse 27. For a whore is a deep ditch.
For what?
A whore is a deep ditch.
Yeah, that's what you got to understand, too. Yeah, that sister might be unemployed, but understand this, too. That whore is a deep ditch.
Yeah, I'm right.
She just trying to get paid. That whore is going to keep you in a hole. What is a ditch? It's a hole. That whore is going to keep you in the hole, Lock. Trust me, you're going to be trying to figure out why you can't get on your feet. It's because that woman you with is a whore.
Yeah, I'm right. You're
going to be in the damn hole. You're going to be, hey, man, damn. Man, what's going on, man? It's like, man, who your girl is? So-and-so. That's your girl? She's everybody's girl, Lock. She's a whore. She like so.
And for the sake of having sex with the bitch, you gonna just ruin your life for just being able to put your penis inside of that stretched out vagina. So
I almost threw my drink just now, so it made me rap.
Man, what like that in the world?
What's wrong with you? What DMS said? He said, your old man say you stupid. You be like, so I love my baby mama. I never let her go.
Wow.
DMS was like, baby mama a hoe, man. Come on, man. And that's what be wrong with a lot of these brothers. They be going with these sisters that be whores. I was talking about that yesterday about the sister the brother who let his woman go with the plug on the weed for the weekend. She let him go. He was like, man, she gonna get us right. In my head, I'm just like,
She gonna get it right.
You gonna get him right.
in my head, like I was like I was in the world. I don't everything he was trying to do, I already had did. And I was coming into the truth, and I was like, I don't want to live this life anymore. So when he told me, I was like, man, you know how many times I don't seen this? You know how many times I don't see women go with the plug that have men? I was like, she just another one. She left with the plug and went to Atlanta. He blowing the phone up Friday. He let her go down on Friday, but Saturday morning, your call has been, I was like, ooh.
Jeez.
He came out to where I was chilling there. He was like, man, she ain't answering the phone. I was like, damn. I was like, for real? I was like, man, you know, she'll call you back. But in my head, I'm like,
It's like I said earlier, these brothers let sisters choose that to be the standard. Like they fall for that. I mean, what else do you expect? I mean, it ain't even got to be about weed. How can you allow your woman to get in a car and go off with another man?
That
It don't
part.
matter if it's Walmart or to the corner store. Like my ribs, like hell no, we can walk. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we got to do, my rib ain't getting in the car with another man.
damn right.
Believe it or not, if I could, you know, it's an obligation, it's a duty of a man to check his woman from the time she wake up until the time she ready to walk out that door.
Damn right,
Because
sir.
if you let that silly broad get up and do what she want to do, she gonna go out there and do everything you don't want her to do.
Right.
She gonna get up and put on the tightest booty shorts. She gonna step out there. She gonna be acting real damn flirtatious, all that stuff. Unless, of course, she assisted in school.
Right,
you
right.
Gotta worry about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't telling her from the time you understand that she wake up, listen, we better do this. This was gonna happen. Blah blah blah. It's time for you to man up, brother. Like you gonna have to let it be known that you the authority, and she can't step out that way because she wants to go out there and she wants to explore this world and be a silly dumb bitch. She wants to do that.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you want some kind of honor in your life, you know what I'm saying, you won't let her do that. That's for sure.
Damn right. Get out of one head. Damn right. Damn right. Can you read the rest of the article again, not Salaki?
Though the prostitution, the women will find the essay
Salaki.
suspect.
Find it easy.
suspectable.
Find it easy.
Oh, Salaki. Women will find the easy,
Susceptible.
susceptible way of obtaining money, in which subsided the expectation of expectation of employment and earnings.
Man, that's what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? With prostitution, women find it easy. Okay, they find that it's easy for women, and it's acceptable to them. They accept this lifestyle.
Damn right.
They're like, well, it's easy for me to just go out here and open my legs and have sex. This is easy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even got to work no more. You mean tell me I can make 100,000? I remember a brother was telling me about Backpage, and we did the math. He was like, yeah, boy, you been on that Backpage? I was like, what the hell is that? He was like, Backpage. I was like, what the hell is that? This was like 2014, maybe.
Cut.
I was like, what the hell is Backpage? He was like, man, you don't know it. He laughed, boy, you don't know what Backpage is? I was like, hell no, I don't know what Backpage is. He was like, let me show you. Then he go on the phone. He's like, you see this girl right here? I could pay her right now. He said, you see what the price is, right? I said, what you mean? He showed me the price. He's like, $80. She gonna do whatever. I was like, ugh. I was like, hey, let me ask you a question. I said, are you the only man that's on this? He was like, nah, it's a lot of people on there. I said, okay. I said, how many men you think she sleep with in a day? And then that's when his gears got to going. He was like, damn. He was like, maybe 10. I said, so if she sleep with 10 men a day, right? He was like, yeah. I said, $80 a piece. He was like, yeah. I said, that's $800 a day, right? He was like, yeah. I was like, that's 10 men. He's like, damn. I said, imagine if she does that 7 days a week. That's 70 men in 1 week. I said, you don't think she does that? He was like, she probably does. I was like, she might have money, but you better off sticking your rod in the grinder. Like 70 men in 1 week? They had to shut that page down. Thank the Lord they shut it down because because there were women that were doing this. You got it up.
Like, sir, and that just decode the whole American westernized, marriage, because you got boyfriends, you got, what I'm saying, one night stands or whatever the case may be. Then you got a husband. What is your husband getting that no other man had?
Ooh.
And I mean, us as men, yeah, we like particular things when it comes to women. But at the end of the day, if you could keep that box to yourself and keep it to me, that would be one of the things that keep us around.
That'd keep a man around. You right, Art.
Like, I mean, you giving your box to everybody. What is your boyfriend getting that I ain't getting, Cap?
And sisters wonder why. They wonder why so many of these women are single. They so promiscuous. They want to go out there dressed like whores and think a man is really going to stand. Look, it's attracted to a man that night when he's on the alcohol. Right. But the next day, guess what? He's like, damn, man, I can't bring her to my mama. You think he want to bring you to his mama like that? You think he wants you to meet his kids? You come over there with the dress with your breasts hanging out, especially if he has daughters. Like, come on, man. I feel like this. The way I want my daughters to be, I wouldn't want to bring a woman that's around them that's not like how I want my daughters to be. Like, I'm not going to bring this image of a whore to my daughters. Like, she dressed like a slut. She's disgusting. She's, you know what I'm saying, twerking in the club, twerking in public. Like, what am I showing my daughters? My daughters wouldn't even have any respect for me. Like, sis, wrap your hair and come into class and shut up.
It's like if I could, that's the problem with Black and Latino and Native Indian sisters today. They want to be treated like women but be whores.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When that man has sex with you, if he can get that behind easily, and all you gotta do is give you a little funky ass $40. You know what I'm saying? You think you worth a marriage? You think you worth? Think about how much brothers spend on marriages and rings. They spend almost $500,000 on a beautiful wedding. You know, of course, on the upper side of the upper scale of it. I say anywhere between $10,000, $15,000, $50,000, maybe for a decent wedding if you get really rich like that. Brothers spend that kind of money on women that they want to marry. Do you think a brother is going to spend that kind of money on a woman who he only paid $40 to have sex with? Right. Like, come on, let's think about it.
It's like, so he gonna give her another 40 and tell her to get out of here. Hey, take this 40 and
$40 a leave.
Keep it checking. He's like, take this egg. What you gonna do with this egg? Put it in your shoe and beat it. Right. Damn, sis. I don't want right. He's telling you, like, we're letting you know, like, being a whore is not the lifestyle to live, man. Right. Prostitution has been around since since everything started. Mm-hmm. Since women understood that they can bust it open for a little something. Back then, before they even had corn, she's like, oh, you give me half of your crops for the box? It's yours. It's yours. You gonna give me 20 shekels of corn?
For the crops. Bro, I'm about to get paid in crops.
And y'all gotta y'all be having a problem paying your tithes, but you're gonna pay that whole in crops for the boss.
You gonna give a 10%. You give 10% of your damn crop. It's a bag of vagina.
You gonna get a vagina for 10 green tomatoes.
Damn.
Oh, 6 watermelons. Okay. Oh, a bucket of squash. You don't get a box of
onions. Damn.
I don't want to say that. That sack of onions. You don't get a box of. That box ain't no good. Salakia. Oh, you said for the can of green beans is mine? Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Prostitution has been going on for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't making light on the situation, but come on, sis. you gotta understand that you're more valuable than that, man. Like, you're way more valuable than that.
Damn right.
Your body is precious. You know what I'm saying? And you should take some accountability to that. And like the brother said earlier, it's so important for fathers to be in these sisters' lives, man. That's why the UPK, they teach men how to be men.
Right.
You might not like your father. You might think he's too disciplined and stern, but guarantee you, if you listen, it will save your life.
Damn right.
You're going to think about everything your father told you when you meet one of these young boys. You're like, my daddy told me about this. Oh, nah, I pass on that. My daddy told me not to do this. My daddy said not to go with this man, not to do this with that man, not to do that. And daughters will survive. And first off, let your daddy pick your man for you.
Damn right.
Could you get that next article out so I can, the next part in it? Just to get poverty. Where it says poverty in that same article we was on.
And they don't realize how powerful it is. You know, when we say you need a man in your life, we're not just talking about, of course, a husband. We're talking about your father as well.
Kind of what
You know
kind,
what I'm saying?
sir.
They don't understand how important it is to have that father in the household, because that father being able to tell you who you're going to marry and who you need to marry is so essential important, because a father is not going to give his daughter off to no brother that he believes is just going to abuse her and have sex with her and throw her away. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case is. In his mind, he wants a man that's going to take care of his baby the way he would take care of his baby.
Damn right, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's so important to listen to your father and stop trying to be a rebellious slut like your mama.
Right. Damn right. Out of one jar to one hand. That's heavy, sir. I met a sister that told me that. She told me that back in the day. She was like, I want you to meet my father. You know what I'm saying? So I can get my father's approval.
Damn right.
And in my head, I was like, that is fucking like that's glorious. That's glorious. I was like, I'd love to meet your father and sit down and talk to your father.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we the UPK, we want to meet your father. Let me meet your father. You know what I'm saying? We want to sit down and talk to your father. Let your father know this is what your daughter has coming to her. And if your daughter says, nah, I don't think he's a good man, guess what? We'll keep moving. We have that type of respect in here, man. We respect a woman and her father's wishes, man. Especially that, man. If you got that in your life, man, good night. That is a glorious thing to have. But some of y'all mothers have ran y'all fathers out of your life, and your mama is going to be there to choose that man. Oh, girl, he got money? Go ahead. And that bastard going to prey on your kids, man.
Damn right, man.
He going to prey on your kids. You got it out.
That was heavy. Cap said a heavy point too, and you also one that the mother, she only got the power to say that's a good man, or I don't like that woman. But the father, he knows if his son should deal with that woman,
right?
And, you know what I'm saying, and nah, that man's not good enough for you. You know what I'm saying? That man, he knows, but the woman, she really just goes off of the way he moved, his feng shui, and what he got to offer. But Pops, he knows. He see how you moving into certain things that you say and the way you deal with people. He knows.
Right, damn right. If I could, General Muhammad brought this out one time. He said a daughter don't know what the hell she needs. She chasing, the brother's skin tone, complexion, and his body. He got a nice body and nice hair, and she chasing his money, his status. You know what I'm saying? But the father is looking deep into that brother that she's dealing with, and he can find all of the flaws in that brother that she's missing.
Kind.
You know what I'm saying? That man that she wants, that she thinks that she's supposed to have, he can find all of the flaws he can find all of the discrepancies that would make him not a good fit for his daughter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Only your father is going to know, and that's why I love the I.S.U.P.K.
Damn right,
because
sir.
Commander General YAHANNA, General Muhammad, all of these generals that we have in here that has a lot of seasoning and who are our fathers in the truth.
Right.
They know what's best for us, man.
Damn right, sir.
They know whether these daughters are good for us or whether they're not good for us.
Damn right.
They know whether this brother is good for you or not good for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's time to listen to your spiritual fathers, man.
Damn right, sir. Damn right. Sly, we can finish the rest of it up on that article.
Come. Poverty. Due to poverty, the women the women.
The who?
Women.
The who?
Women.
Not men, but who?
Women.
Mm-hmm.
From marginalized and that's like
Discriminated
society will take part in the prostitution activity in order to get escape from the poverty.
That's America, man. That's what women do. In order for them to escape from poverty, they take part in the prostitution, man. They'll take part in it just to escape the poverty. Go ahead.
For this, the women observe their bodies.
For what?
Women observe their bodies.
Who observes their body?
Women observe their bodies
Go ahead.
and sexuality as means of making income.
Good night. Come on, man. That's black women today, man. Black women today. Them women who got OnlyFans and whatever else they going on right now, whatever sexual websites that they got, they look at their bodies as a way of sexual income. That's what they do. I've seen an older sister do that with her daughter. Over sexualize her daughter. And I asked her, I was like, yo, she got mad. Of course I got blocked in her face, but I was like, yo, why you always publishing picture of your young daughter? I was like, why you always publishing pictures of her? She was like, she's beautiful. She should be published. I was like, yo, this Facebook. I was like, you don't think all these men that you got on Facebook looking at this too? She's like, don't tell me how to raise my daughter. I got blocked. I was like, cool. Like, don't over-sexualize your child. You know what I'm saying? Don't over-sexualize her, because sooner or later, you're going to over-sexualize her to the point where she feels like, you know what? My mom is right. I am beautiful. I do have a nice body. I do work out in the gym. Look at me. I'm beautiful. Let me get some money. Let me get some money. If you could you get Proverbs 23 and 28? Come on, you go ahead.
Proverbs 23 and 27. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit.
Yeah, that whore is the deep ditch, and that strange woman is those other women, them heathen women that some brothers like to deal with. She's a deep ditch. Ask Tiger Woods. He'll tell you. Ask that brother who went with one of those, he went with one of those Kardashians. That's Kanye West, what he about to go through right now. Yeah, she's doing, Kanye West getting done dirty by Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian went and slept with that dude, and guess what? She's not even with him no more.
Right.
Who she gonna sleep with next? She had the kids around him. That's what you get, Kanye. And the scripture said, what? Read that again, up.
For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit.
She's a narrow pit. She's narrow. It's a pit you gonna fall right into, man. Kanye West fell into it. Lamar Odom. The list goes on, man. Tiger Woods. He got hit with a golf club. Mike Tyson.
He got arrested.
I think Robin Gisman the sister?
Yeah. Robin Givens.
Yeah, she wasn't a strange woman, but she was most definitely a whore. Slack it. You can go to 28.
Okay. Verse 28. She also lieth in wait as for a prey.
Ooh, these whores be waiting on y'all. They be waiting on the next prey. They love a good simp. They love a good simp. Oh, where he work at? He work there? He permanent? Shh. I'm gonna throw it on him. She'll give you the box. You think you don't. You bringing her flowers and roses and food. Brothers at the slavery laughing at you. They laughing at you. Yeah, man, you know I go with old girl. Listen, man, I was a piece of trash when I was in the world. I have no problem with admitting that I was a piece of trash in the world. And I was one of the guys who seen simps get taken advantage of by sisters. Because I was with the sisters that they were with. I'm like, yo, what are you going to do for it? He going to bring you $200? Get that. I need that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. He going to take me to where we got to go to? Let's get that. I remember being a piece of trash. Good night. Thank the Lord for the UPK, man. Good night. Damn right, man. Piece of trash. I don't even want to talk about the old man no more. So let's finish this up, Bob.
And increases the transgression or transgressor among men.
And she increases the sin amongst men. Like, you out there sleeping with this horse, she gonna have you doing all. Next thing you know, you're gonna be smoking crack behind some trash can somewhere. It's like, baby, let's get. You know how many times we don't see? Like, I don't see it. I remember when that crack first hit the block, and my dad used to tell me. I remember my dad. We got like it was like 2000 something. My dad was like, yeah, man. A lot of guys I knew I grew up with, they started smoking crack because of the women they were with. Damn. They going to smoke crack with the woman. She beautiful and everything. You know, at one point in time, crack wasn't looked at as a bad drug, just like weed isn't looked at as a bad drug. You know what I'm saying? But weed is the same. Weed is the new crack.
Right.
Weed is the new crack. You know what I'm saying? You got sisters out here doing whatever. Like, listen, like that brother that let his wife go down there with the plug out of town, and she had sex with the plug and came back with the weed. He didn't even say nothing. The sister came back, didn't answer her phone for 2 days. She came back with the drugs, put it on the table. He was like, we about to eat. I'm like, damn, she got 8. You simple Negro. You got sisters right now, man. Whoever got the drugs, that's who they flocking to, man.
Right.
Whoever got the good weed, that's who they flocking to. Let somebody have some good weed and he dressed nice. Most of all your drug dealers dress nice. Hell, the drug dealers that used to sell crack, they dress nice too. Back in the days, back in the 80s and the 90s, the drug dealers that sold crack, they dressed nice too.
Right.
And guess who they was having sex with? All the crackheads that were beautiful women. What Chris Rock said, you used to be prom queen. Now you prom fiend.
Damn.
You don't think when she was prom queen, when she first got introduced, when she was in that halfway point of transitioning into a crackhead, you don't think nobody was having sex with her, giving her 20 rock, 30 rock, 40 rock, 50 rock? And then they got to the point where she ain't no good anymore. You don't think they doing it now with the sister that smoke weed? I'm talking about I didn't even know so many people smoke weed. I think maybe like 80% of people, the people smoke weed now. Like 80% smoke weed. I'm talking about. I just be watching social media. I be seeing people smoking weed. I was like, damn, everybody smoke weed just about.
Damn right.
You got some sister who got some sense who won't smoke weed because they got kids. But like 80% of women smoke weed, man. 80% of men smoke weed. Sister was telling me about her niece. She was like, yeah, my niece, she can't pay her bills. I was like, she smoke weed? She was like, yeah, how you know? I was like, she got a man? She was like, yeah. I was like, he smoke weed too, don't he? She was like, yeah. I was like, they drug addicts. I said, they're drug addicts. I was like, I guarantee she get that weed first. And she was just so blown away. She was like, they always get the weed first. She called me asking me for $50. Talking about some, yeah, I'm going to take the $50 and use that for gas for my car after I go get my weed. Dang. She said, never again will you get $1 from me. I said, damn. I said, she going to get the weed before she put gas in the car?
It's like if I could.
Kind of,
sir. Got a to-do list, and on her to-do list is the weed. It's got stars, got asterisks around it. Gotta make sure you get the weed first.
First.
Baby diapers next.
right. She's like, damn. She's like,
baby milk next.
We got any baby milk? She's like, nah, we ain't got no baby milk. Okay. Weed, baby milk.
So hell with the baby, you gotta get the weed first.
Rent. Rent is third on the list.
Like getting cut off today, that shit, we'll pay it later on.
We got lights to smoke the blunt, right? Yeah. We good then. You got to show. Right. Hey, Salaki. Listen, man, I thank the Lord for the U.P.K. because, yeah, you know what I mean? I remember being in the world living those type of lifestyles, man. Like you have nothing. Like, people don't understand that smoking that weed, you are a drug addict, man.
Can I say one more thing?
Come on, sir.
At the end of your class, but I gotta make sure I say this. You can tell that weed is such a hell of a drug and ain't no different from crack because Brittany Griner took her behind all the way to Russia and got in trouble. Like, you in your mind, and this is what I know. Not since I brought this out last year. In your mind, what will possess you to go take any form or any level of any amount of weed to another country you have absolutely no understanding of the laws?
Right.
Like that's how you know you're an addict.
Damn right, sir.
Because you didn't even at all think about it. There was no wisdom in your mind or in your heart to make you say, you know what, no, I ain't gonna do that because there could be some problems over here. Can't do that. You have no wisdom because you're high all the damn time. And she's so damn high and unwise, her ass went all the way to damn Russia and got locked up.
Con, sir. Yeah, so say, Shalom.
Like I said, that's so much for the third eye.
Damn right, there you go.
Third, I didn't see that coming. Like you said, she didn't even think about it, none of it. Like you said, she's so high. she's not even thinking about the consequences that are gonna come from going over here. Like she got caught. I think Natazar Gabar said she got caught with like a .9.
There was some small amount that you can't even really get in trouble here for.
Right.
And
Like
she still caught a 9-year charge.
yeah, it was lesser than the ground.
It was like 0.7.
Point seven. Sometimes the police here, if you get caught with a .7, they won't even bother you. They just
Right.
throw it out.
Right.
Brittany Griner got caught with a .7 in Russia and is doing 9 years, man.
Damn.
Come on, man. Hey, with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest and Officer Shayala.
Shalom, shalom. Get that powerful priest of prophet in hand. I.S.U.P.K security announcement. Where the I.S.U.P.K start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a brother or sister. When a brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After a 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. Mean tenth the Hebrew, Maestro. 10% of every penny of increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upholy convocation. Memorial of blowing of the trumpet, first day of the 7th month, Sunday the 25th of September, 2022, Leviticus 23:24-25. Reminder to Akim and Agua to check the bulletin board in the front, or Salagit. Check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone want to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headband, scarf. We're going to give one courteous salute to the cap. Min Israel Madim, Madim Shabbat, Madim, Barak, Yahba Shim Yahshua Brakatah,
Yahweh Shishbrakatah.
Yamatat, dismissed.